It's time to start Dishin Days with your hosts, Tony Moore, Michael Mattis, Justin Lee Hareld, and Araceli Aviles. And now, let's dish. Hi, hello, everyone. Welcome to Dishin Days, where we are serving up a full dish of this week's episodes of Peacock's exclusive #1 award-winning hit soap opera, Days of Our Lives. If you haven't already, make sure you like us and follow us on all social media platforms. We are Dishin Days Show on Facebook and Dishin Days on Instagram, Twitter, X, and Threads. Also, if you are watching us live and in living color, you can do what you want to do in living color. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and that bell notification. That way you'll never miss when we're going live or when we have posted some brand new content for you. Also, make sure if you want to become an exclusive member of our exclusive page, make sure you click that join button. And for $4.99 a month, you can see some wonderful content from your cast of Days of Our Lives. Or you can join us virtually, like today. We will be doing our After the Dish virtual event where we take a deeper dive and discussion into all things days and wherever else the conversation may take us. So go ahead and join, please. Also, if you want to take us on a long car ride or while you're pumping iron in the gym, or maybe you're having a picnic in your local park, you can stay close to us and all things Salem by finding us on your favorite podcast station. We're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Just search Dishin Days and take us with you. Why? Because we love to travel with you. Also, make sure you show some love to our former co-host and my chocolate twin, Mr. James Lott Jr. over at JLJ Media, who's serving up a whole lot of soapy goodness of his own. Make sure you check out his recap of General Hospital, Bold and the Beautiful, and Young and the Restless. And, of course, some original audio dramas brought to you by Mr. James Lott Jr. So go ahead, click subscribe, and find JLJ Media on YouTube and where all podcasts can be found. Because James Lott Jr. is my dearest, oldest friend who remembers the dawn of Earth.
You mean before dinosaurs?
Yeah, wouldn't that be the dawn of Earth?
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
So glad he didn't get eaten.
He is a dinosaur. All right, everyone. Well.
Oh, Dylan
What?
Matthews is coming for your job.
That's a good one. So good that I wish I came up with it. I'll work with it. Happy Sunday, everyone. Sorry we are running behind. Had some technical difficulties, but here we are, face to face, a couple of silver spoons. And even right before the show, I'm sure y'all saw me make a mad dash. Why? Because I forgot my water. And I was not going to survive this show without my water.
Not today.
Not today, Satan. Not
Are you going to be melting?
Today. Huh?
Are you going to be melting today?
Oh, not today. The AC is fixed.
Yay.
Oh, let me tell you. Customer service isn't what it used to be. I remember the days when you would call an AC person over to your house to fix something. And not only would they fix the problem, but they would also just do a check. They would check the AC unit to make sure that everything is copacetic with that and that everything is running smoothly. They would also check your filters just to make sure they're not old and dusty and maybe needs to be replaced. And if it did, they would go to the truck and they would say, I just so happen to have an air filter for you, and I'll put it in free of charge. You know what these folks did? They came in They went upstairs into the attic. They flipped a switch and left.
You could have done that, right?
Probably. You know who else could have? You know who else could have done that? The people the day before, when I told my landlord, "Hey, these people can come check it out." So we could have had it there a whole 24 hours before. But you know what these people did? They just they made me clean out the closet that has access to the attic. They went up there and said, they came down and said, "All fixed." Well, do you want to tell me what was fixed? Do you want to tell me how to prevent it? Do you want to take a look around at anything else? Oh, no, not these people. Anyway, I have air, and it's now, I wouldn't say Elsa in here, but she's definitely about to walk through soon. So anyway, I won't be melting like I was last week, because last week I was about to die. Mm-hmm. Even my mom texted me and was like, "You look hot." And I was like, "Thanks." Thanks a lot. Anywho's, it's people. It is Sunday. It's the last day of the month. And we are here talking about our favorite soap opera, because that's what we love to do. What did we think of this week's episodes of Days of Our Lives?
There's a lot of talking this week.
Yeah.
A lot of talking.
I enjoyed it. I enjoy talking.
We know.
You know what it felt like? It felt like a warm cup of chowder. That's what it felt like. That's like the classic, like, warm cup of chowder was my comfort place this week. You know, it didn't make me, didn't put me on the edge of my seat, but it also didn't want to make me pull my hair out.
Did it keep you engaged?
Yes, good conversation will do that. It's the nonsense that just, I'm like, bye-bye.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I not much movement in terms of like storyline, but we had some good like character interaction, I think.
Yeah.
With different people, which was nice.
Yeah.
I think I had one of those weeks where Friday went off and I was like, what happened this week?
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see.
There's a word for it when it's like there's just like not our info week, like not that. There's like a term, like an industry term for it, like exploration, something. I don't know. It was there.
I mean, that's pretty much all you can say. It was there. It
Exposition.
Yes, exposition. Thank you.
We love an exposition.
Thank you, film school.
Is that right? Like,
yeah, I think so.
Could this be called like an exposition week?
I think so.
She don't know either. Okay.
It's been a while since I've been in school.
Araceli just said a big word and said, "Go with it."
That's usually what I am doing when I say most of my big words.
You just saying it and going with it?
Yes.
You know what? So this now makes sense. All those times that I would look at y'all after your big words and I would go, huh? And then y'all be like, oh, you know, like, how dare you don't know this big word? And now the truth comes out. You just using stuff just to be using it and don't even know expeditiously if you're using the correct terminology.
I'm fairly certain expeditiously. Well, I think you use the word expeditiously could be correct if you're using it a certain way. I will say, even if I don't necessarily know the full context of the word that I'm using, I can usually spell it. Happy Sunday, everyone.
Let's get into what we'd like to talk about, shall we? I really wish I knew a big word so that I could insert it right there, but I don't. My vocabulary is very limited. All right. Ooh,
like inserting a big word.
Note to self: don't use this wall. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to start
Dishin
Dishin
Days.
Days.
I was early on that one.
Yeah, you were. That's all right. No one likes it when you come early, Michael Mattis.
Oh. Oh. Well,
You know what? If I was not mistaken, that same kind of joke was made this week by Javi. Did y'all catch that?
There was a dick joke somewhere in there.
Yeah.
When Javi and Gabi were talking, he emphasized a particular word, and I was like, "You are on Peacock, girl. Have some class."
I can't remember exactly what it was. Oh, and then Brady and what's his face talking about the snake.
Had a little
the snakes. Oh, no fan of the snake. I was like, oh, okay. Cut. Next scene.
I'm sure you were like, snake.
I was like, ha ha ha. Okay, yeah.
Oh, look, you guys aren't the only one that knows big words.
Yay!
Thank you, Dylan Matthews.
Expialidocious.
There we go. All right, y'all. Let's kick things off with our top storylines, and we're gonna start with Kristen's premature confession.
If only she hadn't said anything.
Oh,
but
gosh.
She said, did she not tell EJ, let's just wait until the verdict comes in, and then I'll figure out what to do. EJ was not satisfied with that. He wanted something done then, and he wanted something done now. And I don't know about y'all, but I'm super aggravated at the fact that she made that confession instead of waiting for the not guilty verdict that was going to come down. Now, not only have you told on yourself, but when it comes out that you didn't do it, then people are going to be like, well, why did you do it and who are you protecting? My mom is finally in the room, everyone. It's football season, so she's probably going to be a little late. But it was so, I'm sorry, I was annoyed. I was annoyed.
A lot of people were right there with you on that.
I am glad that we do know the verdict, but I was super annoyed. How did y'all feel?
It's just I'm like this is I understand the motivation to protect her daughter and everything, but it's the same thing with what's her face lying about Xander or lying to Xander. It's like it's not a good long-term solution.
No.
It's gonna come out sooner or later. And it's just putting yourself through this, putting your family through this, and honestly, it's probably going to be, in my opinion, and I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a child behaviorist. I feel like this is the more harmful approach rather than sitting Rachel down and maybe trying to engage with her about what actually happened so she can begin to process it now, because they're just delaying an inevitable. Like this whole idea, and again, not a child psychologist, not a kid behaviorist. It just doesn't seem like, if your kid did something like this and they're repressing it, I don't think prolonging what am I trying to say? Prolonging the inevitable, I guess. Yeah, okay. Prolonging the inevitable is actually going to be the better solution for her rather than maybe trying to get her to process it now.
Yes. I actually did, because I felt like we were on the right track last week in what we were saying on this topic, but I did want to consult an expert. So I did actually consult a licensed therapist / social worker / my cousin who said
you went through a
yes enthusiast who said Kristen, first of all, should not be keeping this information from Brady because he's the child's father. Marlena should know better, and Rachel should be in therapy. As far as any legal repercussions, Rachel's case would be immediately dismissed. She would face no legal consequences, zero, for what she did. They would identify as an accident and would immediately put her in serious therapy. And if and when Rachel remembers, they have now, all the adults in her life have now added on the trauma and the guilt of knowing that her mother went to jail for her. And then I asked the follow-up question of, at this point, given where they are now and all the information that is available, would social services at this point take Rachel away? And she said, with their history and with all this lying, yes.
Well, see, then that's the and I think maybe that's the reason isn't that one of their motivations?
And that's the motivation.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're basically doing long-term psychological damage to this child, more so than she already has, because they're afraid that she's going to be taken away from social services. So any way you slice it, Rachel's kind of screwed.
Yeah, I'm more annoyed by the fact that they're not telling Brady, like, what's the plan here? Like, how can you help Rachel if he doesn't know? It seems like they're putting a lot on Marlena, who is still grieving her dead husband. Like, what, you know what I mean? Like, what's the plan? Like, yeah, Marlena's a great shrink and all, but she's got her own issues, and she's just supposed to carefully watch Rachel for the next 5 to 10 years, you know what I mean, without Brady knowing or anything. I don't know. I just feel like there's no logical reason for him not to know. Like, I don't think Brady's the type. He's not going to like the fact that Kristen took the blame. Yeah. But he's not going to be rushing into court to turn Rachel over to free Kristen. You know what I mean?
No,
like, I'm not understanding what the downside. I don't understand why keep him in the dark here.
Did they ever like? And I don't remember them. Like, did Kristen not want Brady to know? Like, now I can't remember from last week. Like, what the rationale for not telling Brady?
But I don't think she gave it reason. She just said, "I don't want him to know." But it's like, how do you help Rachel now? Like,
yeah,
I mean, I don't think she's gotten as far beyond Brady needing to be a stable parent for Rachel. Again, I don't know where her logic comes in that if he knew the truth, he wouldn't, because again, she seems to be putting so much on Marlena right now, and Marlena is not in her right state of mind. If she was, she would never, ever, ever have agreed to this plan.
Mm-hmm. I just would like to know who on the Days writing staff is so mad that they are using these characters to get their aggression out. Because the way Brady was talking to Kristen, also how Xander and Sarah have been talking to each other, I'm like, who is mad over there? Who is using art to get rid of their frustrations?
Well, in the case of Xander and Sarah, I do think that, you know, we've heard from a lot of the Zara fans that they're very upset over the state of things right now. And I keep telling everyone, hold on tight, because I think in that scenario, the bringing up the subject of anger and impulsivity is actually going to lead to somewhere. In Brady's case, I do think so. I really do. In Brady's case, I think he's just getting mad to get mad.
Exactly. Because that whole time I was like, it's one of those moments where you're watching and you're like, tell him. Like, what are you like? What? Yeah. Like, what? Yeah. He's going on and on about how you're this, that. You're like, you called you everything except for a child of God, and you were just sitting there, just because it's like. He doesn't get it, and he doesn't get it, and doesn't understand that. Like, and they're not. She didn't just do this, but also I feel like Brady should have enough sense to go, "Why are you doing this?" Because I know, like, you're not, like, she's not that selfish to just sit there and allow Johnny to go through that, to allow Rachel to go through that, to cover her. Because we see what she would do for Rachel. That's her child. You know, she may not be the best mother all the time, but she's still very protective of Rachel. She would never have allowed Rachel to go through what she went through, knowing that she was the one that did it. I think she would have confessed when they called Rachel to the stand and Rachel was getting involved, and she would have said, nope, I did it, because I'm not going to put her through that.
Now, but Brady should realize that. He should. Yes.
He should.
But in his history, his crutch has always been believing the worst about Kristen without thinking about it. Like someone said,
just Kristen.
Huh?
Not just Kristen.
Oh, not just Kristen.
Not just Kristen. I would say Brady has an I can't open my eyes mentality, because he angelicizes. No, that's not the right word. He puts certain women on a pedestal who he thinks can do no wrong, and then he puts the women that he's involved with who are like quote unquote bad into a separate category. So they're either good or they're bad. There's no in between. So he's always going to believe the worst in these women. He's always going to believe the best in these women, and there's no room for the gray. Because remember, he did the same thing with Teresa way back when she left him and Tate. He just believed the worst of her without digging deeper into it.
Is that when she was kidnapped?
Yes. Yeah. He just believed the worst. Yeah. He does not see with his full scope of vision.
Yeah. Now, is Kristen partly now I'm just talking about in terms of Kristen. She has done enough to warrant some suspicion when it's presented that Kristen did some shit that she may not, but to your point, in this case of Rachel, would she have just sat back and put her daughter through? No, everyone. And I think some people in town realize that. And Brady is just not one of them. He just has his blinders on, and just can't take kind of himself out of it for a minute. And yeah. So instead so this week we're back to Huffy and Puffy. I'm gonna blow your house in, Brady.
I wonder if we'll get that this week, though. I'm wondering. I mean, last week seemed like it was a shock and it just happened. So I'm wondering maybe maybe we'll get some introspection this week with him at least thinking about it. Like, why would she do this? Yeah. What's going on? I don't know. I also think
the promo will answer that for you. We'll answer that for you when we watch it later.
Oh, okay.
So, side note, speaking of promos, I felt like I saw somewhere where someone was like talking about the fall preview, and I was like, "Oh, did that come out?" But then I didn't see it.
No,
it hasn't come out
yet. Like an extended promo? No.
Yeah.
No. I think
they were talking about the extended promo that was released like at the beginning of the month. That was more of like a end of summer, early fall preview.
Got it.
Yeah, I think they're referring to that one.
I took that as a summer promo, not a fall promo, but that was because it was released during the summer. But
yeah, it's a fall promo.
Well, at least
really did just slip away into a moment in time.
What?
I forget. None of y'all are Swifties.
She's being expeditious right now. Did I use it right?
I don't think so.
We have already established that Araceli uses big words that she doesn't quite know the meaning of. She just hopes she says it and it lands in the right sentence.
And then one of us in a situation outside of this will use that in a conversation and we'll get looked at funny.
Mm-hmm.
Or they won't look at us funny and then they'll just go off and be like, did you hear what that dumb fuck said? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll look like idiots. It's okay though.
We'll be fine. We'll be okay.
Watch me say, wow, that's so expeditious. And people are like, what?
I feel like we're just gonna try to use the word as often as possible.
No, it means promptly and quickly. So no. You meant to say I use words thoroughly. Like I use many. Not that I use them quickly.
Who?
Michael Madison.
Well,
What'd I say? Let's move on.
Yeah, please.
Let's move on expeditiously. Quickly, fast.
There you go. There's the right context.
Two people who are very happy is Chanel and Johnny, but they trying to reconnect, and they can't because
Now,
everybody keeps interrupting them.
If Susan is such wouldn't she know? Wouldn't she have come to the door and be like, "Oh, they're trying to get freaky. I'll come back later."
First of all, would you want that? Would you want that? Like let's say we were all meeting up and Araceli was running late, and you suddenly had a premonition of the reason why she was running late. Would you want to see that? Would you want to know that?
Oh my God, Tony!
What?
Tony been making a lot of.
What?
I don't know.
What, Araceli? What would I want to know that Araceli's late because she's getting freaky?
Yeah.
I'm not
Probably
doing
not.
laundry.
Probably not.
You see me with my bowl, right? Before I'm like running and eating lunch before I get on here.
So, Michael Mattis, would you want to see that vision before we all get together, or no? Would you want to feel that?
But when you're clairvoyant, it's not that you want to see stuff. The stuff just comes at you.
But we've established that Susan, because she's not a medium, she's a psychic. Remember, she's studying to be a medium. Yes. So to me, that means that she has, we know she's always had senses. So she has sense of things, of, you know, she herself said she has premonition of things to come, of things that are not quite right. I would imagine that things are very right in Johnny and Chanel's world right now. So maybe she's just not getting vibes off that.
Or maybe
you know, all is right in the world over here. Things are not right in the world over here.
I mean, as of right now, she's just feeling a lot of things, but maybe she hasn't put them together. Because even, you know, when she went over to Marlena's, it was like, oh, Dr. Marlena Evans, whatever is happening to you, it's getting worse. So maybe certain feelings are more overwhelming than anything. And someone mentioned, I think it was Annette Thompson, that was like, she's surprised she hasn't felt that Rachel shot her. She hasn't been around Rachel.
Sure.
So I think if maybe she, like, Rachel was like, "Hi, Susan," she'll be like, Vampire. You're a little vampire. So
yeah,
maybe. But then again, I don't know. I mean, no one knows how any of that stuff works. You know?
I will say she does need to back off of Marlena, because you can only tell someone the same thing 10 times before they start to get really annoyed.
Yeah.
Or
and
it seems
reached that threshold this week.
It seems like, well, let's be honest. Marlena has reached that threshold with a lot of people dating back to John's funeral.
Yep.
Y'all remember the hug that was?
Yep.
Dude,
But
Abe and Paulina and Hope.
Yeah.
But I feel like Susan is onto something, like especially right now when her and Sarah are trying to figure out what's wrong with her. I do feel like Susan knows something. She just can't quite put it together as to what is happening.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
but then in that case, back off until you can sense more clear answers. Don't just come back to the one with the same information and saying it's getting worse and getting worse. What does that accomplish?
What is getting worse? If you know what the what, when you know what the what is, then and then
what
you
the
can
what?
be like, when you know what the what is,
what the what?
What the what? When you know what the what is, come back and talk. Till then,
come back.
I don't know.
When you figure out what the what is, then you come back and talk to me, okay?
What is?
What the what is. You know what the what is. What the what.
Yeah.
Those words brought to you by the kind folks here at Dishin Days. Expeditiously.
Expeditiously.
How do you feel about Johnny's new career change?
Child, girl, Johnny is the only person. Like, okay, you know, it's so we supposed to disband disbelief, right? But let's just say we're out in the real world. Honey, there are folks out here that can't get a job, whether they are on LinkedIn, Indeed, or walking door to door, turning in their resumes. Johnny has kept a job through a trial that was that had him going for attempted murder. And then he gets off the trial and someone goes, Johnny DeMera would make a good professor here at Salem U. Let's give him a call. Like who? Girl, you live in Salem. You ain't seen you. Everybody pick up the same iPad with the Spectator on it. Oh, Johnny DeMera. I don't think we should call. But you know what? If you like it, I love it. Professor Johnny, Giovanni, John Paul, Roman Brady, DeMera.
And they're going to work around his schedule. They're going to be very accommodating to his schedule at DeMera. I'm like, what? My reaction to that was, what is this?
I want that life.
Yeah.
I guess I'm curious to see what the intent of this is, but it's like, I think I would rather see him. I feel like, I don't know, because they were clearly setting up a new, Salem U storyline this week, talking about the kids going back to school, where they're going to live in the dorms, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So they're setting that up, and now are they going to rope him into this? Where I feel like I would rather see him more in the DeMera storyline than
the Titan DeMera
storyline, rather than roping him in with the Salem U crowd.
I wouldn't, because he is so not corporate. So to try to mold him into that feels just so like he doesn't fit there.
But remember, it's not corporate. I mean, it's corporate in the sense of, yes, he's working for a corporation, but he was doing silently what he likes to do, which is marketing and content creating and all of that. So, and that's the job that we always said that he should have. I mean, if he's not going to make that film about his mama or grandmama, then girl, we got to see him doing something.
Yeah,
we only saw him direct for a hop, skip, and a jump.
Yeah, but if teaching film is a different muscle, and if that gives him some kind of it's its own creative outlet.
Yeah.
This is kind of weird. I feel like they don't have a plot line for him at Tate and DeMera, so they're like segueing him off to with the younger people, but also keeping him, like you said, like they made it a point to say he's keeping the Tate and DeMera job. So it's like, well, what are you doing with him? Like it just seems like they don't have anything for him to do over there, or they don't want to write a plot line for him over there. So they're putting him with the kids, but also like retaining he's still at Tate and DeMera, he's still there.
Yeah. And then how will he be involved with the Salem U drama? Like, well, he's already.
Oh, sorry. He's already. Who's professor? He's Tate's and Sophia and Holly's, actually, all three.
Would he? He hasn't even accepted the job yet.
Well, I mean,
we'll see.
But you just assume that all three of them will be in a film class.
Well, they are.
I'm assuming that's how they're gonna do it. Yeah.
Well, no, they talked about it on Friday's show.
Oh,
that's right. When they were all at the pub.
It's an easy freshman credit. So yeah, they're all going to be in the class.
Tony's like, what?
It was on.
Yeah.
It was on. Anyway, so
That's right. They said that.
is there anything else about Kristen's confession that we need to go over or discuss?
Not really. It's more of the same of like, it's kind of like who's gonna figure it out first that Kristen didn't actually shoot
Chad's
EJ.
questioning it.
Yeah. Chad's
Leo.
Leo's questioning it.
Well, everyone. Well, there are a few people because everyone's like,
yeah.
The math
Not Brady.
But except
Brady's not gonna get
convenient.
there.
Yeah. Somebody else is gonna pull him in.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And Gwen is kind of like teetering. Like I like the way they're using her here.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, she's in and out a couple different things, but I like meshing her again with the Demiras, and I feel like this. I'm gonna say friendship because that's what I think it is. I don't know if it'll go beyond that.
Between
but I
who?
like her with EJ a lot. I feel like she's coming in and they're developing some sort of at least a friendship or a family bond or something.
Well, I haven't brought this up, but I've been thinking this for like a month and a half now, and they haven't brought it up, so maybe it's not. But I was thinking that she had something to do. She has something to do with EJ buying the hospital. When
I originally thought that too,
but I feel like that would have been, unless it's just a really slow burn, like Kat and Chad. Like I feel like if that was the case, it would have been exposed by now. But
I think so too.
I mean,
Michael, I did that too. I thought she was the silent partner.
Like that's where she got. Yeah, exactly. That's where he got the money from. Because all she was talking about was how much money she had from Dimitri.
Yeah.
And I guess it still could happen, but they're taking a long time with that reveal if that's the case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I just laugh when Emily O'Brien's. Excuse me. When Emily is playing Gwen and she gets really upset and loud, I just have to laugh. She plays it so well.
Wanker.
Mate,
you're such a wanker.
And her Nordstrom rack bags. Even though it said Saxons.
Oh, goodness.
Is Saxton's like the Nordstrom rack? I always thought Saxton's was like.
No, it's like Bloomingdale's,
right? Yeah, it's like the Bloomies of Salem.
Yeah.
Hey, what's wrong with Nordstrom Rack?
No, nothing's wrong with Nordstrom Rack.
Yeah, no, not you. No, I'm not you. I'm just in general. They were like hating on Nordstrom Rack.
Leo.
Like,
Leo. Come on, Leo's down at whatever the Salem version of Ross is.
Yes,
going on the clearance rack, and he has the nerve to like Nordstrom Rack. Like, come on, really? And then acting like it's probably something else. Anywho.
Leo. All right.
Anyways, props to Emily O'Brien, EOB. EOB.
We love an EOB.
EOB, GOAT.
All right, everyone. Let's move on to our next top storyline, which is The Boy Is Mine.
I like this invigorated Sophia.
I do too. At least that they're getting interesting now.
Back to our regularly scheduled teen drama.
But you know what though? It's not a creepy like Jan Spears kind of obsession. It's more like if I were translating for Sophia, and I love translating for Sophia. Get ready, everyone. This is where we cut the clip. I feel like Sophia looks at Holly and is like, look, bitch, Tate and I will always have something between us, a care for each other, because we share a baby, okay? And if I wanted your man, trust and believe I'm about to have your man. And that's on period. But then you got Holly looking back at her like, baby, I don't care if you drop twins, triplets, or quadruplets. That man don't care for you like he does for me. So I'm warning you now, back up, wipe a table, and go find another man, because TATE belongs to ME. Okay.
What was Sophia doing outside of the pub with the glasses.
What glasses?
So earlier in the week, when Tate and Holly came to the pub and saw Sophia, she was outside the pub and she had 2 glasses. It was not explained why she was outside of the pub with 2 glasses. And I'm like, for all we know, there's no alfresco dining at the Brady pub. It's just the dining room.
Outdoor seating.
Assume that there might be.
Well, they needed to explain that. I'm not going to assume that the Brady pub has outdoor seating that we have never seen and that never has been referenced. This girl was outside the pub holding 2 empty glasses. And I'm like, okay, that needs to be explained because that's weird.
You don't know what's beyond that camera frame when they walk off. They could be going around the corner to the outdoor seating.
They need to explain that then. No.
Or you know what it is? So I'll explain it for you, Michael Madison.
Annette knows what I'm talking about.
I'll explain it to everyone. So this is what happened. So Sophia is in the Brady pub and she's clearing off a table and she looks up right after grabbing the 2 empty glasses and she notices Tate and Holly are coming through and she said, went out the side door and was like, Holly, Tate. That's my explanation. You didn't like the outdoor seating, so I had to give you something else.
I don't like that either.
Well, what do you like, Michael Manis? Expeditiously.
Nothing right now.
Alfresco dining?
I don't know. Sophia, I'm actually torn between this because y'all know I am over Holly and Tate.
Mm-hmm.
And they were gonna try to get freaky in the Marlena's apartment again. At least Tate stopped. Isn't Tate the one that stopped it and was like, I gotta go to work and
Technically, S'mores stopped it.
Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right.
Is that a snake in your pants, or you just happy to see me? No, it's a snake.
I feel like S'mores should get some extra mice for that effort this week. Who's a good snake?
Oh my God, I do not like snakes.
No.
Oh my God, I do not like snakes. They make my skin.
Yeah. Hot tip for the penthouse or whatever townhouse, whatever they're all living in together. An extra fridge will be very helpful in the weeks to come.
Why?
Because you need to store said snake food, and you don't want that next to your pets. No. Trust me, you don't want to open the freezer in the middle of the night and see that.
Oh,
If
anything, it would deter you from like some late night eating. You would open the door.
That's true.
Like all I keep picturing is like if I were around S'mores, which I wouldn't be, and he was having a rodent for his eat. Just imagine myself standing there being like, "Been the two of us, we live no more.
Oh my God.
We both found what we were looking for."
Poor Ben. Don't name the mice.
Poor Ben. Oh my God! But God, I hate snakes. Tony, aren't you from the South? Yes. But let me tell you, I did not see a snake. No. No. Ugh. Like they're so I hate snakes.
I used to see them over in Griffith Park or at Runyon or Griffith when I would hike over there, especially this time of year when it was hot.
Oh yeah.
Like you'd be like,
and
then you would just see something out of the corner of your eye, and then right after you passed, it would like sliver across.
I'd be like, cha,
Yeah.
Yeah. Y'all better be nice to Rachel because you don't want to piss off the snake's owner. You don't know where she'll leave that thing.
Well, if you piss off the snake's owner,
yeah, you're gonna be dodging bullets. Bitch knows how to use a gun now.
Yes, she does. Anywho,
the boy
wait, what
is
happened with
for
these
now.
other people?
So the boy for now is Holly's, and Sophia should just leave him there since, you know, she had no business getting near Tate anyways. And apparently everybody else wants to be in her business now. In the second part of the story, everybody wants to be in Sophia's business.
Right?
Oh yeah,
Everybody's
Brady's really running with that. Well, she said he. She said it was a he, and it still looked weird. So I'm gonna put my ass in the whole thing and talk to Steve.
Like, I'm
He's
trying
putting
to
it together.
Business, dude. Jeez, doesn't he have? Wait, what is Brady doing for work right now? Does he have work?
Yes, he's
Basic
the
Black.
he's the CEO of Basic Black.
Why can't he focus on that?
I would argue
because Sophia said he instead of she,
Who's
and
working
now
at
that's
Basic
his
Black
focus.
anyway? Okay, Basic Black. Who's working there?
I don't know.
Brady.
I don't know.
Maybe-
I will admit, you know, Brady's heart is in the right place, wanting to check that everything is on the up and up with his grandchild. I would just, in his case, I would argue that he is investigating the wrong baby mama at this point because he's so damn worried about Sophia and her child, he's forgetting about his own baby mama and his own child. I'm like, take care of your own house before you start looking at someone else's.
There's also that.
And Tony,
It's so
Tony's
weird, and I
still
don't, and you know, it's really a testament to I don't know what, a testament to something that we're defending Sophia, who's actively keeping a secret and lying to a bunch of people, and all these people are doing is slowly figuring it out, and we're against them figuring it out.
Well, because we just want them to leave her alone, honey.
But I mean, and I think that's it. At the end of the day, we feel like Sophia may have actually made the right decision by
yes,
and that there would have been too much outer interference, even
you know
though
what?
Tate as the father does have rights.
Yes,
but
yes,
you know what else? It's just the fact that we saw that night as an audience. We saw what happened. We saw how she felt. We saw how torn she was. We saw the decision that she had to make by herself as a young woman. Like watching all that happen and then her looking out at the fireworks out the window.
They created enough empathy for Sophia that we're like, yeah, that she's
it's
completely
like, just leave her alone.
Yeah, leave her alone.
But no, Brady got to go pick up on a hunch, and then even went to the adoption woman.
Mm-hmm.
She might as well have said,
"Her who?
Baby who?" You said what his name is. Like I almost hope that when they come back on Monday and he's you know Brady's like, so I'm just here to check on an adoption for Tate Black. Tate, baby, who is that? Oh, you said Black? Tate Black. Got it. Yes, I have a record of Sophia Choi is the mama. Yeah. I can't disclose that information to you, baby. All right, you have a good day. And then as Brady's like, oh, well, okay. Leaves. She turns around. It's handled.
Like she's Olivia Pope.
I'm just saying.
That's exactly how I want it to go.
I mean, I love how I paint out all these wonderful scenes.
Mm-hmm.
They happen right here. Right here.
Yeah.
In my brain. You know what this part of the brain is? Frontal lobe. I thought of that expeditiously.
Has someone been to the Science Museum with Haley?
Yeah.
You should. It's a lot of fun. And it's free. The best things on life are free.
Air conditioning. Maybe I'll go tomorrow.
There is lots of air conditioning and it's free.
Do you not have AC in your house?
I do.
It's just not.
You know.
Is this...
None that he can turn on. Remember he said this last time.
It sounded like a dig, but I know it wasn't.
It's like she said it.
No, this is me
Michael
repeating
Madden
what
made a
you
face.
said last week.
I know, because I don't want to pay for it. That's why.
Yes.
I
The
feel like
AC
that
in my
whole
apartment isn't free.
that whole dialogue was very like, what? It's true.
No, this is me saying go somewhere where there's free air conditioning that you get in for free.
I shall.
Mm-hmm. All right, is that it for this one?
There were some other people. There were some
people?
other people involved, but like I don't know how they were involved.
Just Steve, like Brady, not minding his own business. Kayla, like Brady, teetering on her Hippocratic oath, not minding her own business.
I love the Kayla scene. I thought that was a nice way to get around her trying to say something, but also keep, Yeah, I think it was. I think she's in the clear there.
Nice dodge. Nice dodge, Kayla. Yes, that's why I said she's teetering.
Hmm. Oh wait,
which is improvement for her.
Anywhere...
It's true. Yeah.
We can talk about it here. How Steve just was like, "Baby, I can't take your case." Oh no, that's next week. Oh no, that's next. Okay, never mind.
That's
No, because I was gonna go there too, because there's something I actually want to give. I was like, oh, Black Patch, good job. You actually figured shit out for something, but that's in the next storyline.
Okay, well then let's just go to the next storyline, shall we? Philip Kyriakis, lover, friend, businessman. Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No.
After seeing interaction with Philip and Belle and Philip and Gabi, who do we prefer Philip with?
Gabi.
If the choices are one of those two, then I would like to see an exploration with him and Gabi, and keep the friendship.
Yes.
With Belle. I really enjoyed their repertoire.
We playing hooky.
Yeah.
Yeah. They haven't been married in 20 years. We're over it. It's fine that they're friends. It's actually great that they're friends.
Can I say something? And I don't want this to sound bad, but I just remembered this thought.
Mm-hmm.
And because we share, I'm going to share. I, for some reason, and this is so nitpicky and very like side note-ish, I did not like that blue top that Belle had on.
Oh, it was a different look for her.
I felt like the color was great, but I
Mm-hmm.
did. But when as I was looking at her in it, my first thought was like, I don't really like that on her. And then my second thought was, it feels more like something Maggie would wear.
It wasn't the most flattering. It was a little older. Yeah. I
felt like the color like looked great on her. Like that color blue was like great. But I was just like, it's so like, it's too much here. Like maybe if like it was like cut, and then it maybe if the ruffle went this way rather than to the side, like it was just. I was like,
a little matronly for a day off. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like she could have honestly still went to court in that outfit or a day at the office. Like I think someone's mentioned this before. I don't know if it was in the chat or whatever, that sometimes they dress her a little too matronly. And it's like, you have to remember she's still young-ish. Like, yeah, she has a grown daughter and she's been on the show forever, but her character is still young-ish. You know?
Yeah.
They dress her sometimes a little too matronly. Yeah.
I love Martha Madison.
We all do.
We know we love her. No, and we love her, and we also see all the work that she's put in the gym, and so we know that Martha has what it takes to pull off some very flattering athleisure wear.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry. I just had that thought.
Like the top could have just been a little more fitting and flattering to her.
Yeah.
And the character.
Yeah. With that also being said, I find something interesting about Philip and Gabi, and I just liked that we saw the history that Belle and Philip have, and just like the trust that they have, you know, because they have been through a lot. People have also mentioned that he finally mentioned his leg, which is great. We all know that it's still fake.
Well, he also mentioned his combat history, which is something that I think a lot of people forget, that he has years and years and years. This last stint in a mental health facility was not his first go around there. He has had issues with mental health for years. First with just the burden of being Victor's son alone is a mental health issue. But then he didn't just randomly lose his leg. He's a combat veteran. You know, so putting all of that together and then finding himself in this place in his life of like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do next.
Yeah.
And one of his oldest and dearest friends standing right there saying, I don't either.
Yeah, I think it was an earned scene between these two. And I think we've talked, you know, before, like we miss the time when they would have male and female friends on the show and nothing was romantic. It was strictly platonic. And so it was nice to sort of see that. You know, I have to say, I was surprised about the Gabi thing. I know we saw it in the preview, but I thought it was going to be one of those where they wake up, but nothing happened. Maybe, you know, they just shared the same bed. So to hear them acknowledge that they actually slept together. And then it ended very quickly. They didn't really do much talking about it. So it's like, I'm curious to see how each of them approaches this now.
It just kind of lacked, like if it had been her, like after the scenes with her and Xander, if it had been her and Xander that, you know, woke up together without us seeing, like, did we even see Philip and Gabi like out to dinner or anything? So we didn't see the date. We didn't see the lead up to them. We didn't even see them, like we saw them make the plans maybe.
Yeah, they were going to go to dinner or lunch or something. And then lunch turned into dinner and dinner turned into...
Yeah, and we just didn't see any of that. It just happened. And yeah, there's just a disconnect with that for me. Like, I'm not completely on board yet, but we'll see where it goes, I guess. But the scene that got me was the her with Ari and how she was like sneaking back.
Miss Ariana Grace Horton. Your mother is a grown woman. I know you're 18, but you're barely 18. Your mother is a grown woman. Who she chooses to spend her nights with is none of your business.
But I would have did the same thing.
Yeah, I think the point was how are you going to worry about someone, whether they're...
No. So then establish ground rules. If everybody is staying in the home, then somebody sends a quick text or a phone call saying, I'm not going to be home tonight. The end.
Yo, I'm getting some D. See you in the morning.
Oh,
yes. The end. You're not entitled to anything else because that's your mother.
But still, like, you know, like if I was staying at my mom's house and she was out all night, I would shoot her a text and be like, "Where you at?"
Yeah.
And then I probably playfully, like, if I saw her walk in, I'd be like, "Oh, so you think you grown? You could just stay out all night? Where you been? What you been doing?"
Mm-hmm.
Now, granted, she will look back at me and say, "Baby, I'm grown,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm home safe, and that's all you need to know."
My point exactly.
Now, we might like, well, depending on why my mom was out late, which is probably like not the same reason why Gabi was out late, but my mom would probably eventually be like, "Oh, you know, I was just out, you know, with the girls, and then we, you know, decided to just, you know, da 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 da." She'll fill in the blanks, but that's because my mom and I have a great rapport with each other.
Yes, and you're, you know, also some years beyond Ariana and pay your own bills and stuff.
I think
But
at 18, I probably would have done the same thing.
Oh no, there's a little Miss Ariana be like, you know, "Where have you been?" Like, here's the thing. I pay the bills. You are barely out of high school. I'm over here. You're
Since you got
over
your
here.
degree and you know everything. I don't know. It's a cute girls moment, but I don't know.
Yeah,
it just,
fun.
but it's also just like, let's not give too many details, okay? Let's just be like I was out being an adult. That's all you need to know, boo.
Yeah, especially, I mean, outside of the familial connection that I slept with your great uncle. Yeah, let's keep it. If we're already too incestuous, we can keep it from that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But good for Gabi.
That all we have to say about this?
I mean, pretty much. Yeah.
So okay, but then we have to talk about the Titan Demira part of it.
Yeah.
So this is where I want to give Black Patch some props because they actually figured something out through the letter that the ink on the letter was analyzed, and they found out that the ink wasn't available when Victor supposedly wrote that letter.
Yeah.
But should we give Steve credit for this? Because it seems like we should be giving Paul credit for this.
Well, true.
Well, it's detective work, so I mean, everyone.
Detective, yeah. And so I'm giving Steve a win. You know, the Black Patch wins are few and far between.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, good work. You know, nice job. And yes, Paul, good. You know, good job too. You know, taking a break from not kissing his husband. Appreciate that. To solve something.
Michael.
So then Gabi's solution. Okay, so then Steve told Gabi that he couldn't help her, right? And it's because because of the conversation with Stephanie, and he figured out that Stephanie knew something, and blah blah blah. So now Gabi, like that recorder pen, and we'll see what it picks up. I kind of liked that part that I was like, that to me feels like kind of like 90s days, like hiding a recorder, hiding soap opera. Like, let's go back to what worked, hiding a recorder, which I guess they technically did with EJ. But yeah, so we'll see. So Gabi's still decided that she's gonna go rogue and still get the goods.
Yeah. Unlike in the 90s, I feel like this is something that is easily accessible on Amazon.
Oh, I'm sure.
What'd you say? Sorry.
That the recording device she planted is like easily accessible on Amazon.
I was about to say she got it at Radio Shack, and I was like, that's not a thing anymore.
I just love that.
Amazon. Yeah, it would be definitely on Amazon.
And trying to keep this plot a secret, like now another person knows, you know, it's like, okay, now Steve knows, like he's Yeah, he's theoretically keeping it a secret, but yeah, this. And then Kayla is sort of fishing around, how long into she knows. It's like the secret is just getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah. So in terms of the characters, pretty much everybody that should know knows. They're just trying to keep it a secret now from like the people looking into the like who are they trying to keep this a secret?
From Gabi and Tony, essentially. Yeah.
Gabi and Tony. Oh, because Gabi and Tony don't know. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
And sort of they explained it, which I thought was good. So I think people were like, I loved Stephanie's her like solution was to name him officially co-CEO, officially give him half the money, all of that stuff, so that if it does or when it does come out, you've legitimized him, and so you're sort of stopping the outrage of it all by saying, okay, yeah, the will was a fake, but I love my brother. I gave him half anyway. We're all good. We're running. You know what I mean? I thought that was sort of a brilliant idea, even though Xander seems very, very resistant.
I know. And now I'm at the point where I'm like, Xander, just do it. It makes sense. Just get over your ego, do it. And then everything that just might solve everything. Everything will be put to bed. No one will question anything. And he almost seemed to be somewhat coming around to it.
Yeah, I think he's slowly realizing that his issues with Philip are not an issue with Philip problem. They're an issue within myself problem.
Yeah.
And Alex continuously surprises me. I feel like, guys, I was so resistant. I was not on the Alex and Stephanie bandwagon for the longest time. But I feel like the girl has done a lot of good work on this man where he's like just coming into his own, where he's just like very comfortable in life, very comfortable in his relationship, very comfortable in business. Being like the number 2 definitely suits him. And I will say you need that person in like a hierarchy in business to be the number 2, the person who like sees all the fires and knows how to put them out effectively.
So that could be a potential storyline like down the road where like Alex tries to overtake from if Xander and Philip start doing shit that he doesn't like. He could potentially try to take number 2 could try to become number 1.
I would not like that. I would not like that. I feel like that's overplayed. It's been overdone. I much more like this dynamic of him being mediator and really just pointing out things to the two of them.
Well, and you know what? To your point, we kind of got sick of the infighting.
Yeah.
So I don't want it to go back to that either. Because they haven't, like the Demiras were fighting each other, then the Kyriakises were fighting each other, and that got kind of played out. So
it's good drama to have the families fighting
each other.
Families, not each other. The
families
have the Kyriakises versus Demiras. That's a tale as old as time. We don't have a problem with that. But the constant infighting, we're over it.
I just feel like at this point, if Philip being a part of Titan has not taken away from you, then at some point you just get over the fact that he lied to get to where he was. Because it wasn't deviant. It would be one thing if he did it and then came in and was just consistently causing chaos. But he hasn't been. He's been working well with Xander, with Alex, to preserve the legacy of Victor. To hold on to this anger for this long is just kind of like, girl, okay, like he's doing right by the company. He's working with you. It sucks the way that he came about it, but at the end of the day, it works for everybody, and it's essentially what Victor wants or would have wanted, whether you want to admit it or not.
I'll go one step further and say that I think both of their problems is that they are it's part ego, but I think it's a bigger part of it is that they feel like they're constantly living up to Victor's expectations. And, as much as we love and mourn Victor, he's gone. you know what, he's been gone for a long time. He's not here to see you guys, you know, mess up or fail or succeed or whatever. You know, at the end of the day, all you're doing is fighting your own expectations, and that's what you should be focusing on.
And it's also, I mean, they every once in a while they'll admit this, but it's Victor's fault. This is all Victor's fault.
Oh yeah.
If he really wanted to be the patriarch like he claimed he was, he would have had all his children on one accord. He would have made sure all his children loved each other and had good relationships. He wasn't interested in any of that, unfortunately.
And he would have made sure that all of them were properly. He would have made sure all of them were properly taken care of in the event of his demise. And apparently did not.
Yeah.
Anyway, is there anything else?
No. I will say, out of all of our main storylines, I think this is the one I'm looking forward to the most. Seeing where the Kyriakis family and all of its branches go moving forward. Nothing but potential here.
I'm still kind of curious about the Tony Gabi stuff. I feel like the Philip forgery is not going to be the thing. I think the assault is going to be the thing, the linchpin, because I feel like they're giving us solutions to the forgery that make sense, and that would. I don't think they have a strong enough case to fight the forgery if Xander signs over half the company. I think they have more of a case if they find out Xander attacked Philip, because then they can pursue that. I mean, however they, if they get a confession out of him or something with this reporting or whatever, that's jeopardizing him going to jail. That's jeopardizing Tate. And I feel like that's more the linchpin than the forgery.
Yeah.
Agreed.
But her testing out the pen, and then first of all, who uses a pen like that? That pen is so big and like people use, see, small.
I don't know.
Dainty. She held up this contraption. Here's a pen for you.
Here's a pen. It's a camera flash.
Crazy. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, that has been our top storylines. And before we get into our tidbits, we just want to remind you all to please support us, love us. Go follow us on social media. Dishin Days Show on Facebook, Dishin Days on Instagram, Twitter, X, and Threads. Also, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you are watching us right now, you can simply do that. Or if you are watching us later, you can do it later. But one thing you do want to do while you are on our YouTube channel is check out the Dishin Days Awards, which was just premiered earlier today, to find out who is a recipient of this year's award. So make sure you go and check that out. Came out today.
Congratulations to all of our winners.
Yeah. And if you want some exclusive content, then go ahead and join and become an exclusive member on our page. And if you can't watch us live, you can always listen to us on your favorite podcast station. We're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. And make sure while you still have a lot of love in your heart, you go show some love to our very own Mr. James Lott Jr. of JLJ Media. Go ahead and subscribe to his YouTube channel or subscribe to his podcast where all podcasts can be found. Just go search JLJ Media.
If any of you guys are fans of The Bold and the Beautiful, he has a lot of good stuff from that show. A lot of a lot of new content about The Bold and the Beautiful.
Yeah, because they just moved studios.
Because they moved studios, and then they were at Annika's bachelorette party that she had. He and Tammy were there, so they were able to get a lot of good bold content if you're into bold content. That's the theme.
And before we move on, I would like to say for the record that I have found the spy pen that Gabi used, and it's available for $35.87 on Amazon.
I mean, it's just a dictation pen, right? Like it's probably meant to be a dictation pen so that you're like, if you want to speak a note instead of writing one, and then it syncs to your phone. It's not meant to be a spy device, right?
I'm not a spy, so I can't say. All I can say is that yes, it's more. You can get it on Amazon. I can't confirm.
I would have more faith in Araceli and Black Pat. Well, maybe not after they've actually figured something out this week, but I feel like Araceli has enough connections in like your part of town that you would be like the Black Patch of East LA.
Why she gotta be black?
Black Patch.
Let's go on to our tidbits, everybody. Justin Lee Hareld is the only person that does not participate fully in the foolishness. He's like, let's get on because I have things to do. Okay. I have to record another Those Were the Days extended, and I don't have time for this. I'm busy. Right there. New besties. It's our tidbit.
Gwen is so desperate for friends.
What is it about Kat that makes are they are they trying to build like
Kat is
because she has such an invigorating storyline with Chad. Yes, they need to give her something else to do.
Well, I think that they're waking up to Kat's charms in terms of and this is where I do think that the direction they took her in to make her a spy actually does work, because her personality is kind of disarming in that sense, where seems goofy, she seems very earnest and honest. So she doesn't seem like she very unguarded. She doesn't seem like she has any secrets left, kind of a thing. So of course she's puts that into the universe, and immediately like she senses things about people. Gwen is desperate for friends. Well, I'll cozy up to Gwen. EJ needs some extra help, and he doesn't seem to hold any grudges with me. I'll go cozy up to EJ. You know, it's working for her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Also, you hire Annalyn McCord. You're paying for Annalyn McCord. You should not have her in scene after scene with one scene partner in a storyline
that's going.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually,
yeah,
like that's going negative miles an hour. You know,
exactly. Yeah. This is what they should have done with her when they brought her on.
Sure.
Yeah. I'm curious how this, friendship relationship is, how they're gonna evolve this, because they work well together, and I'm a fan for anything that puts Gwen on the screen right now. So yeah.
I don't mind this friendship actually.
And Annalyn McCord, when we interviewed her, mentioned that she was that she would have an ally in somebody. Yeah. She wouldn't mention it, but then we all kind of thought like, oh, we knew Emily at that point. We knew Emily O'Brien was coming out as Gwen, and so we, were able to. So this is now the culmination of what she said.
Yeah, it's a nice parallel because I mean, Gwen technically is a Demira, but we'll see how much loyalty there is there. So it's not like she's betraying like Tony or Anna or something like that. If she befriended them, I think it's different. Also, the stuff with the Hortons, I think will come into play there. They're both sort of persona non grata with them, and we'll see, we'll see how that changes or better yet, what Julie's, reaction is going to be with these two besties. If she
we know what Julie's reaction is going to be.
Julie those I can't believe Abigail's wife, whatever.
And also it gives us some conflict with Chad.
Yes, that's what I'm more interested with. Yeah. Yes,
with her.
Actually, I'm not
working at EJ.
I meant the Gwen stuff. Yeah, the EJ stuff too, but I was thinking more the Gwen stuff would be big.
Both. Yeah. Her developing professional and personal relationships with people in Chad's circle. Yes, that automatically brings up conflict.
Yeah. I think sitting here, because they remind us often that she she had surgery to reconstruct her face and everything. But obviously, she had a past. But I'm kind of wondering, like, okay, what is Kat's real past? Like, what did she do? What was her goal? What were her dreams? Who did she date? Did she date Baba Red? You know.
God no.
Well, there's still that little. Remember, there is that tiny little sprinkle of information that we got. That quick look at Sammy's photo.
Oh, Sammy. Oh.
Yeah.
That was so long ago, and it was never explored again.
Yes. Yeah. It's still dangling out there in the ether.
Is it? Because I forgot about the dangle.
But I think they might be circling back to it. Just the stuff this week, like you said, Tony, them bringing up that she has a different face and that she's talking about it with EJ, who that might be the Sammy connection there. So I'm curious if that's where they're going with it.
And like obviously, why does she want to work at the hospital? So the girl was willing to work in the cafeteria to stay at the hospital.
No, this was explained to me by I thought you guys last week, because I was like, oh well, they were like, she wants to stay in the hospital because that's what she's working on with Rafe.
With Rafe, yeah,
they're
that's
investigating.
Her
they're
whole
investigating
thing.
how EJ bought the hospital in his private. How he got the money. They're investigating how he got the money to buy the hospital.
Yeah, because they verified that he didn't get the money from Demera.
He got it from
any of Stefan. Yeah. They've checked out Stefano's holdings because they've explained at least her background as far as the ISA was that she was an analyst. So it was literally her job to look into finances and paperwork and things like that. That she wasn't an in the field agent. So. Working for Marlene on the hospital gave her access. Now working directly under EJ gives her greater access.
Direct access to the person they're investigating. So yeah, when she was like with the whole cafeteria thing, like I was like, oh, she wants to stay in the hospital because that's where then she has an inside, some sort of insight. She's an insider. She'll be an insider.
Not the cafeteria.
Serving sloppy joes and apparently, one of the scenes that tickled me the most, and it was so insignificant, but it just made me laugh because there was a conversation someone had, I think it was Kayla and Stephanie.
Oh yeah,
taking away all of the incidentals and all.
Oh my gosh!
And then there was a moment, I think it was on Friday's episode, where they showed Kayla try to pour a cup of coffee, and she was just like, and I'm really like in her mind, she was like, "This motherfucker taking away our coffee." It just tickled me so much because I was like, "Oh," because they were talking about. It was just a nice little moment. I don't know why
that moment when you've been on your feet for a 12-hour shift. And all you want is some damn coffee so you can drive home safely. Ugh.
It was just like, oh, God damn it.
Anyway, it's like, EJ, go sit down. How you getting rid of stuff at a hospital?
He's a different kind of businessman. He's not, he's just looking at saving money. He's not thinking of like why this would be necessary, why it's a worthy expense to keep him, why he should look elsewhere. He's just looking at, he doesn't have the business experience that an actual hospital CEO should have.
No. All he worrying about is, where's my office? It's like, you don't need an office here.
Right.
Nobody wants to see you. Nobody wants to see you. I would have done that too. I would have brought my own Keurig.
That's what my mom used to do that when she would teach school because she hated the coffee that the school provided. So she brought her own.
And then anybody else that wanted in, oh, okay. $2. Or
bring your own pod.
Or you bring your own pod and your own cup. And clean up after yourself. What a mess. And then it's like, what are Rafe and Kat supposed to be working on?
They're trying to
We just explained it. We just spent the last 5 minutes explaining it, Tony. Oh, Tony's tired.
Maybe Tony, maybe turn the phone upside down and you know, engage with us. Then maybe you would know the answer to these questions you're asking.
Maybe if I you know did the same while watching the show, I would be like,
I did, you know, yeah.
I would just know, but that just suddenly popped in my head that I was just like, wait, what are they? Who are they trying to get? Is it EJ?
It's like, did I miss it?
I told y'all on Friday, I literally was like, wait, what happened? And here we are.
Well, to answer your question, they're investigating because they found out that EJ did not use Demir money to buy the hospital. So they are looking into who his, I guess the benefactor would be, who he got the money from.
Yeah.
And earlier in this show, we said that we suspected it was Gwen, but it hasn't been revealed yet. So we're not quite sure.
I do remember that. But I'm also just kind of like, wow, I really must not have paid attention, because I'm like,
well, and this has also been going on for a while on the show with very little movement. So it's one of those things where it's one of those storylines where I can see someone needing a refresher, because it's just kind of staying stagnant for a while and not making any forward progression.
I think it also happened so quick. Like all of a sudden she was part of recruited by the FBI, and then her and Rafe had secret names, and then I guess at some point I was just watching it like, okay, but I was just like, wait, what? Like, what mission are we on? Because the mission of you and Chad have been going on for so long that I've been like, ugh, about that. And then I'm like, is my brain just shutting off when like they come up and I'm just like, whatever.
Well, and there's also, Annette Thompson brought up something that I have forgotten that was brought up, the Versavix, that drug that kind of started this all. That's kind of been forgotten, but brought up again this year. And then his rationale, they wanted to, when Titan and Demir wanted to buy the hospital, it was because of Versavix and the potential of this drug. But now the question is like, why? Because it would take years for the drug to make money.
Right, but also like the doctor who created Versavix, like he been gone since since he got there. Right. So we're not even thinking about Versavix anymore. And then now when it was brought up this week, my next question was, so why did you want the hospital? Because the Versavix ain't been talked about since the Versavix was like taken. So like, and then why are you slashing all the what? Like, can you just give the hospital back?
Give it back.
You just give the receipt. Be like, I'd like to return this, please.
Yeah, like where's your receipt?
It's a hospital, not a sweater.
Oh, because it should be treated with such delight like everything else in Salem. Do you know how many CEOs they had in a week over at Demira before it became Demira Titan?
Yeah, all the people who voted for EJ on the board really should have looked at that one detail.
We can't blame Maggie. We know she voted for Xander.
Yes.
Yeah. It's just a thing of like, well, why do we still want this hospital? Okay, and then in terms of the sweater, what if you bought the sweater and then you put it on and it's just kind of like, meh.
I don't buy anything before trying it on.
But what if you tried it on and then you like were getting ready and then you walk across the mirror and it was like,
5-second rule. If you don't love it within 5 seconds, you don't buy it.
Well, whatever. Take your damn sweater back. Anyway. Do we hope that Leo and Gwen get back together as friends? Gwendolyn and Maddie?
I don't know. I like them as adversaries. Like I'm, at least for now, I'm enjoying it's gonna get old in a minute, I know, but I do think there's potential for them to be friends again. But right now I'm enjoying the adversary relationship they have with each other.
No one can hurt you like the people you love.
It's getting old for me now. It's I feel like they've also hinted at like each of them starting to cave a little bit. There was that scene, what was it, last week or 2 weeks ago, where they were in the town square at the table and Leo was starting to crack, and then like he got nervous and then like ran off, and then he's spoken to her before where she starts to crack. And so I don't know, I like either put them together or like separate them now. I don't need like a week, I don't need a scene a week of them just screaming
going at each other.
Yeah,
because I mean at this point I just feel like it wasn't Leo's fault that like I mean he was gay. Like, girl, what were you gonna do?
They lied about it. Yeah, there's fault. There's at fault with Leo. Yeah, there's at fault with Leo. Big time.
Yeah.
I mean, yes.
It wasn't Leo's fault that he was gay. It was his fault that he actively carried on an affair with him and kept it a secret from his alleged best friend.
True. But so much time has passed. Can we have a conversation about it and move on? Because she got the better end of the stick. She got all this money.
Yeah. Oh, and they also brought up the letter this week again, which we still kind of think is false. So I'm thinking,
they need to bring that. Because that letter didn't make sense to him, and I remember when it happened. It was like, oh, okay, he just wrote Leo off like that. There's something behind that letter.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Dimitri did not write the letter.
Definitely. I totally think she's got him stashed somewhere.
Yeah, probably. No, I think Gwen
has him stashed somewhere. I think someone has him stashed somewhere.
Oh, Megan.
Most likely.
In the submarine. Do you think she's still down there, or do you think she's like merged up to Earth now?
I think she's come up. Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna ask if the submarine was yellow.
All right. Now that we've talked about the new besties, let's talk about the book release, shall we?
Okay, when did this book get released? Like
this week.
Where were you, Michael Mattis?
Where what?
They announced the book release like 2 weeks.
No, they didn't. It just was kind of I was expecting, which I guess it kind of makes sense that it wasn't a big deal because they don't want, or Stephanie doesn't want her to be revealed as the author. So I guess it makes sense that it wasn't like a big release. It just seemed like it was, all of a sudden the book's out. And I guess I didn't realize that. And there was no like, at least some sort of conversation maybe between Alex and Kate's disappeared again. So, apparently a big part of this. And there's been no Kate for like a month. Mm-hmm. Like a conversation about like, today's the big day. It's being released, and then show people like finding it at the bookstore and whatnot. But I feel like we didn't even get that. It was just kind of, then suddenly Kate was texting Alex the reviews, and apparently they're all glowing.
They're all good.
Everybody, even Abe. Oh my gosh! Like, okay, Abe.
That's a good husband right there.
But everybody is finding it hot and steamy, and apparently Alex is going to get Patch his own copy. Stephanie was looking like, girl. But the person who really got a good peek this week was Jada.
I didn't. She didn't get much of a peek though. I mean, to me,
she got the peek everyone else gets. I thought there was going to be a towel. I thought there was going to be
exactly.
I thought there was going to be a
Well, there was a ooh. She was like,
to me, it's like if it's something that I can see at the beach, it's not that big a deal.
See, the way that you look at things at the beach is completely different than how we look at things at the beach.
I'm sorry.
I didn't say it was a beach in Europe.
It ain't got to be a beach in Europe.
Ginger Rogers.
Let me tell you this. You can see a lot just in a towel, a Speedo, or trunks.
Yeah, I got the impression there was a print, and that's what she was reacting to.
There was a prick?
A print.
Oh,
a
VPL. Oh, a VPL.
Oh, Araceli, don't be trying to cover your eyes as if you've never seen a VPL. Now she's gonna sit there quiet like she want to plead the fifth. Girl. In the words of the goddess herself, Brittany, you are not that innocent.
I think what I love about this storyline is how we're embracing that that we don't have to all be innocent, that, you know, it's grown folk reading grown up people books, and, you know, despite what the masses think, that this kind of novel did not start with 50 Shades of Grey. Like, yeah, I took it to a different level, but it was like these novels have been around for decades, so like we can stop hiding them in the back now.
I remember seeing them back in the 80s when I would go to the pharmacy with my mom, and there'd be that book section with all the men's and all of their, you know, not all of their stuff out, but like, you know, the shirtless dudes and what. Yeah, I remember.
Sophia was on a lot of them. Yeah.
I've been gay since I was like 6 years old, people.
We know.
There was never any question.
We know.
Yeah. You were that kid that just stared at the front cover, weren't you?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Those front covers were, yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's also giving you had a JCPenney catalog.
Before I signed up for international mail.
I was just going to say it.
Before I discovered international mail. What's international mail? Oh, it's a clothing line that I really like. Oh, okay.
That no one ever bought from. Yeah.
That no one's ever heard of, that no one's ever bought, but has half naked dudes all in it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's about the clothing. Same way Playboy was about the articles.
And on that note, thank you guys so much. That was your week of days. And we're now going to go to our segments. We're going to start with mine, which is Tonti's official 3 Snaps Award. Snap! All right. So listen, I'm going to give my 3 Snaps Award to someone who gave a warning, and she meant it.
No.
Holly Jonas. This reminds me of when Chanel gave her the warning about Johnny.
Oh.
Now Holly is like, baby, I learned from Chanel. And I see you. I see what you're trying to do. You're not going to get one over on me, little Miss Sophia. Don't mess with my man. He's mine. You may have had him once, but I got him all the time. He's mine. You better let her know, Holly. So, Miss Ashley Puzimis, Holly Jonas, you get Tony's official 3 Snaps Award. You better warn a bitch. Oh, snap! And now it's time for it. Caption that.
All right, this week's Caption That Photo comes courtesy of Gwen Emily O'Brien. And this week's caption goes to Megan Bizzaro, member Megan Bizzaro, with her caption, I pray they never make me wear that wig again.
Oh. And that was Caption That. And now let's take a travel back in time to those were the days.
All right, I'm taking you back to August 27th, 1993, when Bo and Billy shopped on Rodeo Drive, paying an homage to Pretty Woman. This, of course, is Lisa Rinna and Robert Coco Kelly, who was playing Bo at the time. And after the show, you can check out my latest Those Were the Days Extended, where I plead my case as to why I think Bo and Billy are actually the preferred couple to each other. So yeah, check that out. Yes, controversial statement as it may be. August 27th, 1993, when Beau and Billy shot down Rodeo Drive.
It should be Beau and Billy and Hope and Aiden.
Mm-hmm. I'll take Hope and Patrick too.
Oh, or Patrick, yeah. Good call.
Well, ladies and gentlemen.
Here's another fight.
Rebuttal.
What?
We don't have time for that.
No, Araceli made an audible noise to
Araceli, you have a reboot?
No, nobody has time for it. And I think we already had this conversation too.
Can we shorten it? What don't you like about
Tony?
Oh.
I was gonna say, Tony, you asking me for to shorten something. Not happening. Moving on.
Well, Michael Mattis.
Those were the days.
Guess we can log that in something else Araceli hasn't answered. Funny. A show where we give your thoughts and opinions, and there's some blank pages in your file, ma'am.
The creative air of mystery. I read it as soon as I said it. There's no mystery here.
Well, now it's time for
It's a gift.
In a segment I love because most of what you can sense in a character is written all over their face. This week's It's a Gift goes to Miss Stephanie Johnson and her "I am really struggling not to kill my boyfriend right now" face. or as Dylan Matthews captions it, "No sex for you tonight."
No, she wouldn't do that. That'd be.
I was going to say, don't go too far now.
Bouncing on that no matter what, but she will give him the look while he's stuffing his face with pigs in a blanket.
Mm. Also, side note, yeah. Or I'm gonna make you really suffer for it tonight. But also, side note, I had to actually pause and rewind when Alex said he had never heard of pigs in a blanket. I just paused, rewind, and I'm like, did he say what I think he just said?
He didn't grow up that bougie that he's never.
Alex grew. Oh, well, yeah. I guess. Well, yeah.
Pigs in a blanket.
Yeah.
It's
really?
Maybe he called them something else.
Them. Yeah. At one point. Angelica may not have, but definitely Adrian had.
Yes, exactly. So, good luck to you, Stephanie.
I just want to note that we didn't have time to find out why she didn't like the coupling, yet we had time to discuss why Alex never heard of pigs in a blanket. Noted.
It's a much longer conversation.
Now it's time for
News and gossip.
Today's news and gossip will now be why Araceli doesn't like Billy and. I'm kidding.
Same news. Big congrats to Rachel Boyd. She premiered her new horror movie, Sick Puppy, at the Fright Fest Movie Festival in London. Here she is at the premiere looking gorgeous. That dress is so flattering on her. Mm-hmm. And if you check out her Instagram at rachel.boyd, she's been kind of chronicling her time over there in London, just having fun and doing premiere stuff. So go check that out. But yeah, big congrats to her.
Oh, she moved on from London. She is in Montmartre and close to Paris. Oh, I'm so jealous.
And congrats to Tamara Braun. Sort of a little bit of bittersweet here. She is joining Billy Flynn over at YNR. She's set to begin filming next week and will premiere in the fall. So if you were holding on to the idea that we were getting Ava back anytime soon, probably not. Fingers crossed we see Tamara Braun as Ava sometime in the future, hopefully. But big congrats to her. I think this was inevitable that she was going to get snatched up by someone. I don't know why it wasn't Days, but that's a conversation for another day. But big congrats to Tamra. You can see her at Y&R this fall.
See how beautiful that announcement was? She's been picked up by Y&R and she starts next week and we'll see her in the fall.
Next up, the stars of Days of Our Lives celebrated National Dog Day. You can go to @DaysPeacock to see how your favorite Salemites celebrated the day with their real life pups.
Yeah, really cute photos. Yeah.
Mm.
And next up, we got a little bit of a preview here between head writers Paula Quickly and Jean Marie Ford. They sat down to give the little preview of Days 60th celebration. And in addition to the preview that was released a few weeks ago, we have a little context. We saw some people in that preview. They have let us know that those that are returning are Sammy, Eric, Eli, and Lonnie. Marie Horton and Steven Olsen are back as well. Lucas, Will, Paul, and Andrew, and that there is going to be a big umbrella storyline centered around the hospital gala for in honor of Tom Horton. And that's going to kick off again this big umbrella storyline that will lead well into 2026. So yeah, welcome back. They managed to keep some of these a secret, so I'll give it to them for that. So yeah, we'll see a lot of these people over the next couple months return.
Yes. And to their credit, we don't know when some of these people are coming. Yes. Next up, Paul Telfer will be celebrating his birthday with a dinner event in New Jersey, October 25th. Please come have dinner, do photo ops, and have lots of laughs as you celebrate Paul. At last check, there were only 20 tickets left for this intimate event. So if you are interested and you're in the area in New Jersey, go to eventbrite.com/Star Image Entertainment.
And ladies and gentlemen, that was
News and gossip.
Now let's see what's coming up this week on Peacock's Days of Our Lives.
What sets you off?
About lying, scheming, cheating.
Who's done that?
I planted a bug in a pen that I left on Xander's desk.
Well, don't keep me in suspense. My son's baby. Is it a boy or a girl?
I accidentally referred to the baby as him.
I'm so glad that you're here.
Why would I want to be in a house full of people who hate me?
I don't hate you, Gwen. Come here. Come on.
Before we proceed with sentencing, would you care to amend your plea?
Give her the maximum sentence allowable by law.
Yeah, okay, Brady.
Come on.
He's going to feel real stupid when he realizes why she did what she did. He's going to feel real stupid. Anyway, everyone, that was Dishin Days for this week. We thank you guys so much for tuning in. We appreciate you guys coming by, chit-chatting, and sharing your thoughts about our wonderful, wonderful 60-year almost soap opera, Days of Our Lives. But before we head out, we want to connect with you. And how you can do that is by following us. Michael Mattis, where can they follow you?
You can follow me Instagram and X at MLMattis or MLImagesLA.
Justin Lee Hareld.
Find me on Instagram at Justin Lee Hareld.
Araceli Aviles.
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Tia323 Araceli.
And you can find little old me on all social media platforms at Lounging with Tony. You can find us at Dishin Days Show on Facebook and Dishin Days on Instagram, Twitter, X, and Threads. Thank you all so much for tuning in to another fabulous show. We will see you back here next Sunday, where we will continue dishing on this week's episodes of Peacock's exclusive #1 award-winning hit soap opera, Days of Our Lives. In the meantime, have a wonderful week. Stay safe. And hey, don't forget to eat your pigs in the blanket. We will see our members for our virtual event happening now. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
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 Have fun. See you next time.